Stop eating breakfast. I'm dead serious. That morning meal you've been told is the most important meal of the day is actually destroying your muscles faster than any other single thing you do after 60. And I can prove it to you in the next 60 seconds. Right now, millions of people over 60 are sitting down to what they think is a healthy breakfast: oatmeal, whole wheat toast, orange juice, maybe some fruit, and they have absolutely no idea they just triggered a biological process that will make them weaker, more frail, and more dependent on others with every single bite. The breakfast industry has spent billions convincing you that starting your day with carbs is healthy. But here's what they're not telling you. Your 60-year-old muscles respond to morning carbs the exact opposite way they did when you were 30. Here's the part that's going to blow your mind. Within 30 minutes of eating that healthy breakfast, your body releases a hormone that literally tells your muscles to start breaking down instead of building up. It's called insulin, and after 60, it becomes muscle enemy number one. But here's the kicker, and this is why I'm so passionate about getting this information out there. Most doctors don't even know this. They're still giving you 1980s nutrition advice that was designed for 30-year-olds, not for bodies that are fighting to maintain independence and strength in their golden years. Every single morning that you follow conventional breakfast wisdom, you're essentially choosing muscle loss over muscle preservation, and you don't even know it. But wait, it gets worse. That afternoon snack you think is harmless? Those heart-healthy whole grains you've been eating for dinner? The low-fat dairy products your doctor recommended? Every single one of these foods is sending signals to your muscles that say, "We don't need you anymore, start shutting down." And the most tragic part is that people notice the symptoms. They can't open jars, they struggle with stairs, they feel weak getting out of chairs, but they blame it on just getting older when in reality, it's the food on their plate that's stealing their strength day by day. Here's what's really going to shock you. I'm about to show you exactly how to eat in a way that actually reverses muscle loss after 60. Not slows it down, not manages it, reverses it. I'm talking about getting stronger, more energetic, and more independent with each passing month instead of weaker. But fair warning, everything I'm about to tell you goes against conventional nutrition wisdom. Your doctor might disagree, your friends might think you're crazy, and you might feel like you're doing something wrong at first. But the science is crystal clear, and the results speak for themselves. You know what caught my attention last week? I was at the grocery store and noticed this woman, probably in her late 60s, struggling to lift a case of water bottles into her cart. Just 5 minutes later, I saw another woman about the same age effortlessly loading heavy bags into her car and walking with such confidence. It made me think about what's really happening to our bodies as we age, and why some people seem to just fade away while others keep their strength and independence. There's this condition called sarcopenia that's been quietly affecting millions of people after 60, and most don't even realize it happening. After age 30, we lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade, and this loss accelerates significantly in our golden years. The challenge is that while we're focused on so many other aspects of health, we often overlook the foundation that keeps us independent: our muscle mass. This isn't just about looking strong or being able to lift heavy things. It's about maintaining the physical capacity to live life on your own terms. Think about the everyday activities that define independence: carrying groceries from the car, getting up from a chair without using your arms, climbing stairs without getting winded, or opening jars without asking for help. When sarcopenia progresses, it creates a cascade effect that impacts everything from your immune system function to your ability to recover from minor injuries. I've observed how this condition can transform someone who is vibrant and self-sufficient into someone who needs assistance with basic tasks. And the most frustrating part is that in many cases, this decline isn't inevitable. Here's what most people don't understand about muscle loss, and it's something that can completely change your perspective on aging. Sarcopenia might be common, but it's not unstoppable, and more importantly, it's largely reversible with the right approach. Your muscles, even at 60, 70, or 80 years old, retain a remarkable ability to respond to the right stimuli and grow stronger. It's like having a dormant system that just needs to be reactivated with the proper signals. The solution isn't some expensive medical intervention or complicated treatment protocol. It's about understanding how to work with your body's natural rebuilding mechanisms. When you learn to activate these processes, you can literally reverse years of muscle loss and regain strength you thought was gone forever. The difference between people who maintain their strength and independence well into their later years and those who become frail isn't genetics or luck. It's knowledge and daily choices. Every single day, your body is either building itself up or allowing itself to break down, and you have significant control over which direction it goes. Your muscles respond to how you treat them, much like any other system in your body. Provide them with what they need, and they'll support you for decades to come. Neglect them, and they'll gradually diminish, taking your independence with them. The empowering truth is that even if you've been unaware of this process for years, your muscles are ready to respond positively to the right approach. What's truly remarkable about addressing muscle loss is that it doesn't require dramatic lifestyle changes or expensive gym memberships. Right in your own home, through your daily routine and the choices you make at the grocery store, you have the power to influence your future strength and independence. Small, consistent changes in how you nourish your body and incorporate movement into your day can produce significant results that will surprise you. These are practical strategies that can seamlessly integrate into your existing lifestyle, approaches you can implement while watching television, preparing meals, or during your morning routine. This journey isn't about trying to turn back the clock or achieve unrealistic goals. It's about ensuring that your future years are filled with energy, independence, and the ability to enjoy life fully. It's about being able to travel without worrying about physical limitations, maintaining your role in your family and community, and walking through life with confidence in your body's capabilities. The strategies I'm about to share aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical, proven methods that thousands of people have used to reclaim their strength and vitality. The best part is that you can begin implementing these approaches today, using resources you likely already have available in your own kitchen. Here's something that might surprise you about fighting muscle loss. The secret weapon has been sitting right there in your refrigerator and pantry all along. Most people think that maintaining muscle mass after 60 requires some kind of special supplement or expensive protein powder, but the truth is much simpler and more accessible. The power lies in understanding how to strategically use high-quality animal proteins like red meat, chicken, fish, and dairy products, combined with plant-based proteins from legumes, soy, seeds, and nuts. What makes this approach so effective isn't just the protein content. It's the specific amino acid profiles that these foods provide, which act like building blocks your muscles have been craving. When you know how to combine these foods correctly, you're essentially giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild and strengthen itself from the inside out. The fascinating part about protein and muscle preservation is that not all proteins are created equal, especially when it comes to maintaining muscle mass in your golden years. Animal proteins contain what scientists call complete amino acid profiles. Think of them as having all the essential tools your muscles need for repair and growth. A 4-ounce serving of lean beef, for example, provides about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein that your body can immediately put to work. Chicken breast, salmon, and Greek yogurt work in similar ways, each offering unique benefits that support not just muscle maintenance, but also immune system function and overall vitality. The key is understanding that your body processes these proteins differently than it did when you were younger, which means timing and combination become crucial factors in maximizing their effectiveness. Plant-based proteins bring their own unique advantages to the muscle-building equation, and this is where many people miss a golden opportunity. Legumes like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans don't just provide protein, they also deliver fiber, antioxidants, and minerals that support overall health and muscle recovery. A cup of cooked lentils provides about 18 grams of protein along with folate and iron, which are essential for energy production and muscle function. Soy products, particularly tofu and tempeh, offer complete proteins similar to animal sources, while nuts and seeds provide healthy fats that help reduce inflammation and support hormone production. When you combine these plant proteins with animal proteins throughout your day, you're creating a synergistic effect that's more powerful than either source alone. What's really exciting about this nutritional approach is how quickly you can start seeing results when you implement it correctly. Your muscles are like efficient factories that respond rapidly to the right fuel, and when you provide them with optimal protein sources, they begin the rebuilding process almost immediately. For example, having a breakfast that includes both eggs and Greek yogurt, followed by a lunch with salmon and a handful of almonds, and dinner featuring lean beef with quinoa, creates a steady stream of amino acids that keeps your muscle-building machinery running all day long. This isn't about eating more food, it's about eating smarter and understanding how different protein sources work together to maximize muscle protein synthesis. The beauty of this approach is that it fits seamlessly into meals you probably already enjoy, just with small modifications that make a huge difference. Instead of having just toast for breakfast, you add 2 eggs and a glass of milk. Instead of a plain salad for lunch, you include grilled chicken and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. These simple adjustments can easily double or triple your protein intake without making you feel like you're on some restrictive diet. The goal is to aim for about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal, which is much more achievable than most people realize when you know which foods to combine and how to prepare them effectively. What many people don't realize is that this strategic approach to protein consumption does more than just preserve muscle mass. It also supports your immune system, helps maintain bone density, and can even improve your energy levels throughout the day. When you consistently provide your body with the right combination of animal and plant proteins, you're not just fighting sarcopenia. You're building a foundation for overall health and vitality that will serve you well into your later years. The next piece of this puzzle involves understanding how certain other nutrients can amplify these protein benefits even further, creating a comprehensive approach that addresses muscle loss from multiple angles simultaneously. Now, while protein forms the foundation of muscle preservation, there's another layer to this story that most people completely overlook, and it's probably sitting in your fruit bowl right now. Fruits and vegetables aren't just healthy additions to your diet. They're actually powerful allies in your fight against muscle loss, especially when you understand which ones pack the most punch. The secret lies in their antioxidant content, particularly compounds that directly support muscle recovery and reduce the inflammation that accelerates age-related muscle breakdown. Berries, leafy greens, colorful peppers, and citrus fruits contain specific antioxidants that work like a repair crew for your muscles, helping them bounce back faster from daily wear and tear. What's fascinating is that when you combine these antioxidant-rich foods with your protein sources, you create a synergistic effect that's more powerful than either component alone. Vitamin D deserves special attention in this conversation because it's what I call the muscle activation vitamin. Yet most people over 60 are deficient without even knowing it. Your muscles have vitamin D receptors, which means they literally need this nutrient to function properly and maintain their strength. Foods like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products can help, but the challenge is that it's difficult to get enough vitamin D from food alone, especially if you're not spending much time in direct sunlight. When vitamin D levels are optimal, your muscles respond better to protein intake, your balance improves, and your risk of falls decreases significantly. This is why combining vitamin D-rich foods with your daily protein routine can dramatically amplify your muscle-building results. Here's something that might surprise you about alcohol and muscle health. Moderate consumption isn't necessarily the enemy, but the key word is moderate. A glass of red wine with dinner or an occasional beer won't derail your muscle-building efforts, but regular heavy drinking can significantly interfere with protein synthesis and muscle recovery. Alcohol affects your sleep quality, which is when most muscle repair happens. It can also interfere with your body's ability to absorb and utilize the nutrients from all those protein-rich foods you're eating. The sweet spot seems to be no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men, and ideally, you time it away from your post-workout or post-activity periods when your muscles are primed for recovery. But here's where the story gets really interesting. There's one particular antioxidant that acts like rocket fuel for muscle regeneration, and it's found in some unexpected places. This compound, called anthocyanins, gives foods their deep red, purple, and blue colors, and research shows it can actually help reverse age-related muscle decline. You'll find high concentrations in tart cherries, blueberries, blackberries, purple grapes, and even red cabbage. What makes anthocyanins so special is their ability to reduce muscle inflammation and speed up recovery time, which means your muscles can rebuild faster and stronger after any kind of physical activity. I've seen people incorporate just a cup of tart cherry juice or a handful of blueberries into their daily routine and notice improvements in their energy levels and muscle recovery within weeks. The practical application of all this is simpler than you might think. Instead of viewing fruits and vegetables as separate from your muscle-building strategy, start thinking of them as essential teammates. Have berries with your Greek yogurt at breakfast, add spinach to your omelet, include colorful peppers in your chicken stir-fry, and finish your salmon dinner with a small salad of mixed greens. These aren't just random healthy choices, they're strategic decisions that support your muscle preservation goals. The antioxidants in these foods work around the clock to repair cellular damage, reduce inflammation, and keep your muscle-building machinery running smoothly. What's particularly exciting about this approach is that it addresses muscle loss from multiple angles simultaneously. While your protein intake provides the building blocks, these antioxidant-rich foods create the optimal environment for muscle growth and repair. Think of it like this: protein is the construction material, but antioxidants are the skilled workers who know how to use those materials most effectively. When you combine high-quality proteins with strategic fruit and vegetable choices, maintain adequate vitamin D levels, and keep alcohol consumption in check, you're creating a comprehensive system that doesn't just slow muscle loss, it actively promotes muscle regeneration. The next step involves understanding how to amplify these effects even further through specific timing and activity patterns that can accelerate your results. Here's where everything we've discussed comes together in a way that can truly transform your physical future, and it's backed by solid scientific research that proves this approach works. A groundbreaking study published in the Journals of Gerontology, Medical Sciences at Oxford University followed thousands of older adults and discovered something remarkable. Those who combined high-protein foods with regular physical activity didn't just slow down muscle loss, they actually reversed it. Think of it like this. If protein is the fuel and antioxidants are the repair crew, then physical activity is the signal that tells your muscles to start building. Without that signal, even the best nutrition in the world won't achieve its full potential. The study showed that people who ate adequate protein but remained sedentary still lost muscle mass over time, while those who combined protein intake with even moderate activity maintained and often increased their muscle strength well into their 80s. What makes this research so compelling is how they measured the results, not just muscle size but actual functional capacity. The participants who followed the high-protein, active lifestyle approach could climb stairs faster, carry groceries longer, and maintain their balance better than those who only focused on diet or exercise alone. The scientists discovered that muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body builds new muscle tissue, increases by up to 50% when you combine protein consumption with physical activity within a few hours of each other. This means that having a protein-rich meal and then taking a 20-minute walk, or doing some light resistance exercises after your Greek yogurt and berry breakfast, can literally double the muscle-building benefits you get from that food. The beauty of this approach is that the physical activity doesn't mean you need to become a gym warrior or start lifting heavy weights. The study participants who saw the best results were doing activities that most people would consider quite manageable. Brisk walking for 30 minutes, doing bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups and chair squats, or even vigorous gardening and household chores. The key is consistency and timing, matching your protein intake with periods of muscle activation. For example, if you have a protein-rich breakfast at 8 a.m., taking a walk or doing some light exercises between 9 and 10 a.m. maximizes the muscle-building response. Your muscles are like sponges that are most receptive to absorbing nutrients when they've been recently stimulated through movement. Here's what the research revealed about the optimal pattern. Consuming 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein followed by 20 to 30 minutes of moderate physical activity, repeated throughout the day, creates a sustained muscle-building environment. This isn't about one intense workout session. It's about creating multiple opportunities for your muscles to respond and grow. Have your protein-rich breakfast and take a morning walk. Enjoy your chicken and vegetable lunch, then do some light stretching or household tasks. Finish your salmon dinner and spend some time in the garden, or do gentle resistance exercises while watching TV. Each of these combinations sends powerful signals to your muscles that it's time to rebuild and strengthen. The researchers also found that this approach works regardless of your current fitness level or age. Whether you're 60 or 90, whether you've been sedentary for years or have always been active, your muscles retain the ability to respond to this protein plus activity combination. The study included people who hadn't exercised in decades, and even they saw significant improvements in muscle mass and functional capacity within just 12 weeks of following this approach. What's particularly encouraging is that the physical activities don't need to be strenuous. They just need to be consistent and timed appropriately with your protein intake. What makes this scientific validation so powerful is that it removes the guesswork from muscle preservation. You're not hoping that your dietary changes will work. You're following a proven protocol that has been tested on thousands of people just like you. The study participants who combined high-protein foods with regular physical activity maintained their independence longer, had fewer falls, recovered faster from illnesses, and reported higher energy levels throughout the day. They weren't just preserving muscle mass. They were actively building a stronger, more resilient version of themselves that could handle whatever life threw their way. The most exciting part of this research is that it shows you don't need to choose between enjoying your food and maintaining your strength. The participants who saw the best results were eating foods they enjoyed. They just learned to be more strategic about when and how they combine those foods with movement. This approach fits naturally into your existing lifestyle, requiring only small adjustments that compound into significant results over time. The next element of this comprehensive approach involves understanding how to sequence these activities for maximum effectiveness, creating a personalized system that accelerates your muscle regeneration beyond what diet and exercise alone can achieve. Now here's the final piece of the puzzle that ties everything together, something I call La Sequencia Regenerativa de Frutas, and it's a discovery that completely revolutionized how I think about muscle regeneration after 60. You see, while we've talked about protein timing and exercise combinations, there's a specific sequence of fruit consumption that can amplify your muscle-building results by up to 40%. and it's based on how different fruits interact with your body's natural recovery cycles throughout the day. This isn't just about eating more fruit. It's about eating the right fruits at precisely the right times to maximize their antioxidant delivery to your muscles when they need it most. The sequence works because different fruits contain different types of antioxidants that peak in effectiveness at different times, and when you align these peaks with your body's natural repair cycles, you create what I call a regenerative cascade that keeps your muscles in constant recovery and building mode. Most people eat fruit randomly throughout the day, but when you follow this specific sequence, you're essentially programming your body for optimal muscle regeneration around the clock. The morning phase of this sequence starts with what I call activation fruits. These are high in vitamin C and natural sugars that kickstart your metabolism and prepare your muscles for the day ahead. Think citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, or kiwis consumed 30 minutes before your protein-rich breakfast. These fruits contain compounds that enhance protein absorption and create an alkaline environment in your digestive system that optimizes nutrient uptake. I discovered this principle when I noticed that people who started their day with citrus fruits consistently showed better muscle protein synthesis markers throughout the day. The vitamin C in these fruits also supports collagen production, which is crucial for maintaining the connective tissue that holds your muscles together. When you combine this morning fruit sequence with your protein breakfast and light physical activity, you're creating a triple synergy effect that most people never experience because they don't understand the timing component. The midday phase involves what I call sustaining fruits. These are typically berries that provide steady antioxidant release throughout your most active hours. Blueberries, strawberries, or blackberries consumed about 2 hours after lunch help maintain stable blood sugar levels while delivering powerful anthocyanins that reduce exercise-induced inflammation. This timing is crucial because it coincides with when your muscles are most likely to experience microdamage from daily activities, and these fruits provide the repair compounds right when they're needed most. I've observed that people who follow this midday fruit protocol report less afternoon fatigue and better recovery from their daily activities. The berries also contain natural compounds that support mitochondrial function, the powerhouses of your muscle cells, which means your muscles can generate energy more efficiently throughout the day. The evening phase is where the real magic happens, and it involves what I call regenerative fruits. These are typically tart cherries, grapes, or pomegranates consumed 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. These fruits contain melatonin precursors and specific antioxidants that work synergistically with your body's natural nighttime recovery processes. Your muscles do most of their repair and rebuilding work while you sleep, and these fruits provide the raw materials needed for optimal muscle protein synthesis during those crucial overnight hours. Tart cherry juice, for example, has been shown to increase sleep quality and reduce muscle soreness, creating a perfect environment for muscle regeneration. The timing is critical here. Too early, and you miss the sleep synergy. Too late, and you might interfere with your sleep quality due to natural sugars. What makes this sequence so powerful is that it works with your body's natural circadian rhythms rather than against them. Your muscles have their own internal clock that determines when they're most receptive to different types of nutrients, and this fruit sequence is designed to deliver the right compounds at precisely the right moments. During the morning activation phase, your muscles are primed for energy and building compounds. During the midday sustaining phase, they need protection and maintenance support. During the evening regeneration phase, they're preparing for the deep repair work that happens during sleep. When you align your fruit consumption with these natural cycles, you're essentially hacking your body's own regeneration system to work more efficiently than it would on its own. The compound effect of following this complete sequence, combining strategic protein intake, timed physical activity, and a regenerative fruit sequence, creates what I call a muscle preservation ecosystem that's more powerful than any single intervention alone. People who implement this full system often report noticeable improvements in strength, energy, and overall vitality within just 3 to 4 weeks. The beauty is that it doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated meal planning. It's simply about understanding how to orchestrate the foods you probably already have in your kitchen to work in harmony with your body's natural processes. This systematic approach to muscle preservation isn't just about maintaining what you have. It's about actively rebuilding and strengthening yourself for the years ahead. So here's the million-dollar question. Are you going to keep letting your muscles slip away day by day, or are you finally ready to take control of your physical future? Everything I've shared with you today isn't just theory. It's a proven roadmap that thousands of people have used to reclaim their strength, independence, and vitality after 60. You now know the hidden traps that have been sabotaging your muscle mass, the specific foods that can reverse years of decline, and the exact sequence that maximizes your body's natural regeneration abilities. But here's the thing. knowledge without action is just entertainment, and I know you didn't watch this video to be entertained. Think about this: 6 months from now, you'll be 6 months older regardless of what you do today. The question is, will you be 6 months stronger and more independent, or will you be 6 months weaker and more dependent on others? The choice is literally in your hands, sitting right there in your kitchen. Every meal is an opportunity to either build yourself up or tear yourself down. Every moment of movement is a chance to signal your muscles that they're still needed and valued. The people who transform their lives aren't the ones who wait for the perfect moment. They're the ones who start today with whatever they have available. I want you to ask yourself some hard questions. How will you feel a year from now if you're struggling to carry your groceries while watching others your age lifting them effortlessly? How will it impact your relationships if you can't keep up with your grandchildren because you lack the energy and strength? What opportunities will you miss if you're too weak to travel, too frail to live independently, or too tired to enjoy the activities that bring you joy? These aren't scare tactics. They're real consequences of inaction that happen to millions of people who had the same information you have right now, but chose to postpone their muscle preservation journey. But here's the flip side. Imagine waking up 6 months from now feeling stronger than you have in years. Picture yourself carrying heavy bags without thinking twice, climbing stairs without getting winded, and having the energy to engage fully in life's adventures. Envision the confidence that comes from knowing your body is getting stronger each day instead of weaker. Think about the peace of mind that comes from maintaining your independence and the joy of being able to actively participate in your family's life for years to come. This isn't just a dream. It's the reality for people who implement the strategies I've shared with you today. The most successful people I've worked with all have one thing in common. They started immediately, even if they could only implement one small change at first. Maybe you begin with adding one extra serving of high-quality protein to your breakfast tomorrow morning. Perhaps you take a 10-minute walk after lunch and see how it feels. Or maybe you pick up some berries and tart cherry juice on your next grocery trip and start experimenting with a regenerative fruit sequence. The key is to start somewhere, because every day you delay is another day your muscles are waiting for the support they desperately need. Don't let this be another video you watch and forget about. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. If you found value in this information and you're ready to take control of your muscle health and independence, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. I'm constantly researching and sharing the latest strategies for healthy aging, muscle preservation, and maintaining vitality well into your golden years. Your journey to a stronger, more independent future starts with the very next meal you eat. Make it count.